All right, that's the sound of the latest Shout song that was released last year. The Shout Foundation recently launching their next library fundraiser. This project making a real difference in people's lives. This came with a bold challenge to sell 1 million burgers with the aim to donate all the proceeds to a worthy cause. The mission will also involve building libraries in communities where it's most needed. The Shout Foundation is led by musician and businessman Danny Kay and Kabelo Mabalane, who are both in studio with us this morning. Good to see both of you. Welcome to the program.
Morning.
Thanks for having us.
Always a pleasure.
Deja vu.
Yeah, I know. It does feel like deja vu, but it's a good type of deja vu.
Yeah.
What is this about selling 1 million burgers now? What's going on?
We always into, make a difference.
Yeah.
And I guess, being part of the Shout brand, you always got to keep it alive, coming up and reinventing, doing different things to raise money, to create awareness of the brand. And we've partnered with Steers.
Yeah.
And because we've partnered with a lot of partners over the years. And we aim to sell 1 million Shout burgers. We've created a Shout meal in the Shout burger combo.
Yeah.
And we want to sell 1 million of those to build more libraries.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So obviously this wasn't launched today. So it was launched maybe a month or two ago.
Yeah,
more?
about 1.5 months ago.
And how are we doing? How many burgers have you sold so far? Do you have any idea?
About 260.
260,000.
A quarter of a million.
Okay.
Yeah.
We still got a way to go. But,
1 million burgers means one library. Is that what it is?
1 million burgers will mean a minimum of 4.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
And our libraries are special libraries. They're not your dull, boring container libraries that so many sort of needy schools are given by other NGOs, and it's all for a good cause, but we wanted ours to be different. So they're big and bright and colourful, and we've got a great brains trust in our ad agency that comes together with great architects and builds a facility that I think gives kids a different environment than they used to.
Yeah.
And the impact of these buildings going in is what's amazing. So you'll find a school, whose literacy and numeracy is struggling. The arrival of a Shout library brings an immediate increase in the numbers, and we see that in the data that comes out.
Yeah, it's an amazing concept. I mean, going into these schools, because I know that the idea behind Shout in the beginning when it was formed was to go against crime and to put the fight and the money against crime in any which way. Mm-hmm. And then obviously there was a bit of an evolution, and I think you decided rather let's educate the nation to try and get rid of crime.
100%. So it's still kind of our foundation, to curb the crime pandemic in our country. But we realized that, funding rehab clinics, rehabilitating prisoners, buying garments for police vehicles, we were kind of just, throwing stuff against the wall and hoping something would stick. But we believe with education, as you've said, we can change young minds and alter destinies through these libraries.
Yeah. How many libraries have you managed to sort of build so far?
We've done 5. We've got one in Palabora, one in Mitchell's Plain, Freedom Park in Soweto, Alexandra, and one in the Northern Cape in Gurman.
Fantastic.
And as a result of this campaign, we'll spread, many more in different provinces
across
that
the
don't have
country.
it. It's exciting times for us, and I think as a NGO, we're nearly 10 years old.
Yeah.
So it feels like we've stayed the course and we're still around, and it's great for us to still see what began as a simple idea, spurred on by the death of Lucky Dube that affected us as musicians, result in very tangible gains. A decade later. And there were doubters, that when we began, that said, what is a song going to accomplish? What are these crazy musicians going to accomplish? And if you take a look at what, we've done, with the help really of the entertainment industry and the South African public. You've joined us, Leanne, and so many other great sportsmen, musicians, And we've asked the nation to support, and I mean, it's just been incredible what's happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really is a coming together of every walk of life to try and make South Africa better, and that's what really is at the heart of all of this. I mean, when you talk about the fact that these libraries are different, why are they different? Like, what's so fantastic about them that corporates are getting on board and funding them, because that's what we need?
Education is part of the objectives of many corporates in our country, because they realize that it is, it's an integral part in making sure that we have a sustainable future in our country. So I guess what attracts them is the, like what Danny said, the literacy and the numeracy skills that increase when these libraries are in. And I guess there's the cool factor, being associated with the Shout brand adds a little bit of cool to, the brands that we partner with.
Yeah, which is really great. But you look at what's happening at the moment, and I am going to put you both on the spot a little bit, and ask for your opinions on what's happening at the universities around South Africa, because obviously we're taking on this idea that education is the answer and the key to bettering this country and moving it forward. And you're seeing what's happening with students. I mean, we've got our reporters there, and just to give you a news update, I know that Griselda's there, she's watching it for us, and the protesters are moving in. They're protesting very peacefully at the moment. Nothing to report on that's violent at the moment. But I mean, what are your views when you look at what the youth of today are asking for?
I mean, I went to Wits, funnily enough. I went to Wits. I mean, and when I see what's going on there, I don't think I'm versed enough to to be able to speak with any level of authority on it. But one thing's for sure: the thirst for knowledge from the youth of our country is just so apparent. Everyone wants to be educated. They want to create an opportunity for themselves, for their families, and there are tremendous stumbling blocks in their way. Resources, finance. We understand the argument on the behalf of the universities that need to make money to stay open. But with us, we see when we put these libraries in these schools that kids just really want a way out. They want an option, and very often they're just victims of their own circumstance. And the importance of education in the modern world can't be underestimated or undervalued. So for us, that's why. And I mean, it's funny, we started getting on this education train, and now it's the most topical thing in the country at the moment. And we just we hope that can get sorted out. But our objective is to filter in a batch of really prepared South Africans, because we put ours in primary schools. So by the time they get to high school and by the time they get to university, at least they're ready from an education perspective to be able to go through the system. And I mean, every kid deserves the right to
Absolutely.
that.
It's a basic right, is that right to education. We run out of time, but so if you want to help, I suppose the easiest way is to
get yourself
buy
a burger.
Why not? Okay, we won't talk to the health minister. We'll just talk burgers if we can. So you go down to Steers, you buy a burger.
Yeah, get yourself the Shout burger combo.
Yeah.
With chips.
You can get a diet Coke,
and then
to compensate.
To any other corporates out there that want to build libraries with us, this is really up here. Take an example of what Steers are doing. Come on board with us. We're an energetic bunch of young South Africans.
Or buy your staff burgers.
Ready to make a difference.
You can buy your staff burgers.
Okay.
Cloudy can buy the whole SABC
You think
burgers.
so? You can buy us all burgers. Okay, why not? Why not? Listen, it's for a good cause. That's what it's all about. Corporates jump on board as well. It doesn't have to only be about the burgers, but that's just one of the companies that have jumped on board. And you too can help better the future of South Africans by just donating money towards these libraries, these great libraries that are coming up in primary schools around South Africa. Danny K, always a pleasure. Cabello, love seeing you guys. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
All the very best going forward with all of this. 1 million burgers, South Africa, let's do it. We'll see you after this.
Let me see your tears of joy. To every little bright young girl or boy, the game of life got plenty toys, so work more, play less is the only